over the phone line with us early this morning. Sir, good morning to you. What do you make of this latest Iranian attack against Israel, sir?
Well, if this attack has taken place as it has, it was being expected, but this is very clearly a kind of declaration of war. Because Iran firing missiles, firing drones directly from its soil onto Israel is nothing short of declaration of war, and I don't think the Israelis are going to sit silent. They have their own missiles and they have their own systems to hit back, and they have threatened to strike at Iran. And once these strikes start, both sides have a very strong arsenal. And then there are other countries which are going to get, or at least states and para-states which are likely to ramp up their attacks. In Lebanon, for example, the Hezbollah has already been firing at Israel. Israel has been retaliating, but the Hezbollah arsenal is supposed to be quite huge. And there are fears that once the Hezbollah actually starts firing all its missiles and rockets into Israel, it could overwhelm Israeli defense systems. So we'll have to wait and see what is the damage which has been caused by the Iranian side. I don't see the Israelis backing down. In some ways, Iran has opened up an opportunity which Israel and to some extent even the United States and its allies were waiting for to hit back at Iran. But see, once you start looking at how this thing could spiral out of control, if the Americans, for example, see this as an opportunity to bring down the mullah regime in Iran, then even if you were to bring it down, what are you going to replace it with? Do we see another Libya or Iraq-like situation in Iran? And Iran is virtually next door to India. Plus, what happens to the energy economy? What happens to oil prices? What happens to our diaspora in some of these countries? We have a huge diaspora out there. Will other countries like Saudi Arabia and others get pulled in? Will they be able to stay neutral? Will they keep their distance from this conflict? It will be very difficult for them to do it, because even the states might want to do it, the streets might not want them to do it. And there will be enough hotheads in the Islamic world who see this as an opportunity to destroy Israel. Pakistan, for example, they've been itching for a fight. If you look at the Pakistani press, if you look at the kind of statements and the stuff which is coming out of the Pakistani public discourse, it seems that they are spoiling for a fight. Even though they are going around with a begging bowl, they want to have a fight. So it's a very, very, very dangerous situation. I wonder if all those prophecies of the Third World War starting from this region are unfolding before our eyes.
Okay, that's a very alarming situation that you're talking about for the region in itself, Mr. Sareen. How do you see this situation escalating? Because clearly Iran wants an escalation. You've said that this seems like an open declaration for an all-out war, sir.
Everybody was expecting that there will be some kind of a retaliation from the Iranian side, but I think the conventional wisdom was that Iran would probably use its proxies like the Hezbollah and others to carry out retaliation attacks against Israel. It won't enter into a conflict directly. Now, if it has entered into a conflict directly with Israel, then it's very clearly the declaration of war. And we all know the Israelis are not going to back down, because if the Israelis were to back down in one instance, then it means that they are going to open themselves to other countries doing something similar. And then you have to look at what is going to be the calculation of other players in the region. Most of the Arab states have shown a great degree of maturity and sense. Saudi Arabia, for example, even the UAE, they might not like what exactly has happened in Gaza. They might have wanted a ceasefire. But, these are countries which have moved on. These are countries which are looking for a better world tomorrow. They don't want to get involved. Some of their close allies don't want to get involved. But, there is 70, 75 years of propaganda which has which has affected the minds of people. And many of those people probably are looking for a fight, and they see that this is a time for great unity of the Ummah to bring down Israel.
Right, sir.
You then have the United States, which seems like a tired power, but which still is promising to back Israel completely. Will the Europeans then jump in? What do Iran and China, what do Russia and China do? Will they keep their distance? The Chinese might decide, okay, fine, let the Americans spend their energies out here, and we will only gain greater strength because we would have conserved our energy. The Russians and any are involved in a fight. So when you start looking at the larger ramifications of what is happening, hopefully everything will stay limited. But if it doesn't, then there is no end to how much this conflict can expand.
Right, sir.
And it's not just that the conflict expands, it's how it affects the lives of people, how it affects energy economics around the world.
Absolutely.
Just the fact that a parastate group like the Houthis were able to find missiles in the Red Sea region and start affecting global trade. Now you're talking not just about global trade being affected, you're talking about global energy supplies being affected.
Absolutely.
And the global economy takes a tumble.
Absolutely.
It's an extremely dangerous situation.
Right, sir. Mr. Sareen, thank you so much for speaking with us and sharing your thoughts on what's going on in the Middle East.